Do you struggle with social anxiety? So do I. And I didn't make any improvements until I started doing this. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a child therapist. I make videos for kids with anxiety or OCD. And today I'm going to talk to you about my number one favorite topic in the entire world because it's very dear to my heart, and that is social anxiety. I have had social anxiety disorder my entire life, and I've battled it my entire life. And it wasn't until I started to change the way that I look at it that I started to make progress. And I want to talk to you about what those two things are. So first, we can talk about what social anxiety isn't really quick, because a lot of people think social anxiety means that you're nervous around social interactions. It just means that you're shy or you're an introvert, you're not a people-y person, and that is not what social anxiety is. Now, some people with social anxiety can have those traits. You might be an introvert, but you don't have to be. You might be shy, but you don't have to be. But the thing that we all have in common, those of us with social anxiety, is that we are very worried about judgment, criticism, rejection from other people. We are easily embarrassed and we feel like we're being scrutinized by other people. So we often feel like people really don't like us. We often feel like people are being our friends, but they really don't want to be our friends. We're often feeling like people are excluding us or leaving us out, that we're unimportant or unwanted. It can leave you feeling isolated and alone. And trust me, I get it, because that is the way I felt my entire life. And social anxiety will get you to believe that those are your own thoughts. Are they talking about you? I don't know. Are they? I don't think they really want you to come to that party. They don't? I think they didn't include you. Did you notice they didn't include you? And we don't realize that that's social anxiety's voice. We think that that's our own voice. We think that those are our own thoughts. And in reality, a lot of times it's the disorder. So social anxiety will make you feel paranoid that people are leaving you out, paranoid that people might be talking about you or making fun of you, and it will make you feel very self-conscious about anything and everything you do around other people. Makes you analyze conversations, analyze things that happen, analyze interactions, and social anxiety will not be happy until it finds something that's proof, that's evidence that what you said was wrong or that people really don't like you. Does this sound familiar? It definitely sounds familiar to me. So the first step in beating social anxiety is being able to recognize when it's social anxiety and not your own perceptions. And that can be very tricky. So what I have done with myself is when I start to feel like, I don't think they like you, Natasha, or you know what, they're all a bunch of friends and they're not friends with you, or you're not in the inner circle. Those are the thoughts that I will get. And I will say to myself, do I have any evidence to prove this? Am I making an assumption, a guess? Am I assuming something about a situation that is not based in fact or evidence? And sometimes, and this is what I do in my social anxiety class, I have people write it down. And I have people write down, what are the facts about what just happened? And what are the things I'm assuming about what happened? What things am I inferring? Inferring means I'm putting some guesses into the situation that may or may not actually be reality. Because I infer a lot, I assume a lot, and until I'm proven otherwise, that's where I go. But that's social anxiety, and that will make you want to avoid social interactions. It'll make you not want to talk to people, and so that's not good. So the first step is being able to recognize when it's a social anxiety thought versus a true observation. The second thing, which is the more important thing that I want to talk to you about, is accepting the worst case scenario. And I talk about this a lot in my other videos, and it is really a counterintuitive and opposite way to approach anxiety, which is instead of fighting back with your anxiety and saying, no, they really like me, or they're not talking bad about me. That can be helpful in the sense that I want to look at facts and say, were they talking about me? Did I actually hear them talking about me, or am I guessing? But then, this is what I do to my social anxiety. I say, okay, even if they don't like me, what's the worst thing that can happen? I don't want to be friends with people who don't like me. So if I can find a lot of evidence that supports the fact, that objectively supports the fact that they don't like me, or they're talking about me, or they're making fun of me, then I don't want to be their friends anyway, because I value me, because I care about me, because I don't look for other people to validate me, to make me feel important, to make me feel good. I don't need other people's approval to be okay with myself. Now that takes a lot of work. That does not happen overnight. That does not happen in a few months. That is actually years and years of working, but you can start doing that now. You don't need other people to accept you or approve you in order to feel good about yourself. So start finding value in you. And then when you get that whisper that says, I think they're talking about you, the first step is to battle it and say, well, I don't know where you're getting that from because I didn't actually hear people talking about me. But if they even did, so what? Because if I do get evidence that says they were talking about me, I don't need people in my life who are going to make me feel bad because I respect myself. And so building up your self-confidence, building up your roar, that you are okay, that you are beautiful and wonderful and intelligent and important and of value, and that if people don't recognize that in you, you don't need those people. And ironically, when you embrace it and when you embrace that thought, which does take time, you stop to care as much about what people think of you because you start to realize that you love yourself, as cheesy as that sounds, and that you value yourself. And if other people don't value you or recognize that, then that's their loss, not your loss. And then social anxiety loses its power because then when social anxiety whispers to me and says, I don't think those people like you, I whisper back to social anxiety, or maybe I yell it and I say, I don't care. If that's the case, which I don't think it is because I think that's an assumption, but even if it was the case, I'll be okay because I don't want to be around people who don't value me. It's tricky, but it's a great way to start thinking, and it takes baby steps to start thinking this way. It takes a lot of practice, and it's something that has to happen over and over again. I will always have social anxiety. I will always have that whisper in my head that says they've excluded me, or I am not important, or people don't value me. But I will fight back, and every time I have that thought, I will fight back. I will make social anxiety give me proof, give me objective evidence to show that, and I will also fight back with letting social anxiety know that if that is the case, that's okay, that I'm gonna be okay without those people because it's quality over quantity, and I don't need other people to be okay with myself. So I hope that helps a little bit. I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do and find the sparkle in yourself. Don't look at it for other people. We don't need other people to recognize our sparkle to shine bright. And I'll talk to you again next Thursday. Take care.